Hello, this is Zach LA, and today we're going to speak about PIP, aka Personal Independence Payment. And this is my review for my awards. So I did my research, and since the last time when I had 4 years ago, it was kind of very stressful. So this time I tried to be prepared, and I'm going to give you some tips that are going to help you for your review. So they sent me a letter prior of the phone interview because of the COVID, so they can't have a face-to-face. And they informed me that I'm gonna have my interview. I can't remember. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, and the first letters it was around 1 p.m. Great. And then I had it in my head, and then after a little bit before, I received a text message from DWP saying that my appointment will be at 11:30 in the morning. I was like, okay. I wasn't sure. I checked the message, and then yes, it was 11:30, but the letter was 1:10. So finally, I think I found some missed call from no caller ID number. I knew that they're gonna call me the day before to confirm the appointment. So what I did, I called back, mentioned my name and the new time of appointment, and everything was. So the next day, I gathered my papers, everything. When I call, I ask if I can record the conversation. They said no, we have to book you again a new appointment. I said okay, I don't want to do another appointment. I want to do this one. Although I've already write that I want to record the conversation, or when I send, because I'm dealing with social anxiety and depression, dyslexia, and mixed type of ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So for me, talking on the phone is already a stressful situation. But what I did, so if you have one of these, it's like a voice recorder. And what I have done, I duct tape this one behind my phone. And I asked the lady, can I put you on the loudspeaker? I said, yeah, go ahead. Just for your own sake, let me mention here that after when the interview finished, I received another letter 3 days afterwards. And I was thinking, wow, it was fast. And it was the same letter with my appointment with the new time that they already did. So I was thinking, why? Anyway, so this lady called me. They have to say who they are and what they do, and to ask questions, to give sometimes at the end. So I was prepared to do this. I said, hello, this is Zach, yes. Can you confirm this is for your PIP? And she said, can you confirm your date of birth? And I did my date of birth. Actually, I did the month and the year. I haven't said the day. And then she asked me for my postcode. So she said, my name is Debbie. I'm a nurse. Debbie, a nurse. Not surname, not nothing. So could be any Debbie. So I can call, say, hello, this is Zach. I'm a nurse. And she said, I'm not working for the Department of Work and Pension, but because I think didn't hear very well what she was saying. I think she mentioned that because there's no many to deal with the phone appointments. So to be honest, she was polite. She was very polite, and she shows empathy to me. But I can't. If it's a nurse, I will say probably not. And because of some of the questions she did, but I'm going through and I'll let you know. It was halfway, through the conversation, we're like, okie dokie, and all right, my love, and this kind of words, which is, it was kind of okay. It made me feel at ease. But again, because it was so frustrating for me to speak on the phone, when I hear myself, even I could, if I was her, probably I will ask, can you repeat again? What do you mean about that? I go through the questions that she asked me. First of all, she asked me if I have somebody with me, and I said, yes, my friend. She did some tricky question later on, and I'll let you know which one. Throughout the whole interview, which lasts 1 hour, and she never asked me to clarify any clarifications. Like some of the questions, they were open questions, they was closed questions, but they shouldn't do that. Answer yes and no, which I did in some of them. She could ask me something like, "What do you do when you blah blah blah?" The things that I think she was not health professional is because she mentioned my mental health, mental problems. So far, no one that I know referred to my mental health as it's because of your mental problems, because this is not a problem, it's my health. And then she couldn't pronounce, when I sent everything back, everything was typed, because I know my handwriting is not readable, so I prefer to send it typed for them to understand what is on the paper. Rejection sensitivity dysphoria. So she was like, rejection sensitivity dysphoria. She couldn't pronounce the word dysphoria. How hard could it be? And if you're a nurse, it's not like something medicine or whatever. Plus, when she was reading my medicines to me, she couldn't even pronounce the words. I know those that are difficult, okay, but again, here's your nurse, you're dealing with this every day, so it becomes familiar to you. At the end, when we all finished, and he was like, okay, love, that's all. We've lots of informations. She didn't ask, they're supposed to ask me, do you want to add something? And even, I was like, why she didn't ask me? I know I was speaking a lot because I wanted for my voice to be heard and what I'm going through. Because when I was hearing my recording, I could hear that she was trying to, and then I was jumping, continued talking. But again, talking excessively, it's as part of my stress and my anxiety. And then when we talk about my about writing and communication and everything, she was like, oh yeah, it's because of your anxiety. I said, no, it's because of my dyslexia, and I have problem with that. Go quickly some of the questions, I think. So she asked me, have you ever have this kind of assessments before? I replied with questions. And what do you mean? Do you mean like face-to-face for PIP? And again, I had question mark at the end. And she was like, right. Lovely. I was thinking, but I didn't answer the questions. That's one that started making me more stressed that the person I'm talking to, yeah, maybe she sounds kind, but is it for the job that she's supposed to do to be there? Anyway, and she said, anyway, do you have anyone with you at the moment? I said, yes, my friend's here to help me in case, but I will try to do my best. I said, oh, what accent? And then she asked me about my accent. And tricky question here. I said, oh, do you travel a lot back in your country? I said, no, I don't. Because if you travel, then you have to deal with people, and I'm not dealing with any people at the moment. Then she asked me about my list of my medication, and because I couldn't find it, she sent them to me, more or less what I was remembering. And she asked me about my back pain, and I said that was on and off, and I read also in the paper. And she was like, oh, because of your anxiety. I said, well, since if I'm stressed and I'm raising my shoulders like this, then my posture is not always straight. So that's causing back pain. And it's quite frequently, but not all the time. And then she asked me about any side effects of medication. But here I said, because there's too many from different medications, I don't know which one is causing me what. So I mentioned a few. And I asked her, do you have the form? Yeah, I said, yeah, I've got it in front of me, yes. I believe because that's why she knew about the dysphoria thing. She asked me what type of a place I live. So again, she sort of let me answer. She was like, is it a flat? I said, yes. And then she asked me, do you live by yourself? I said, no, I have a flatmate. Same country as me, helped me as well. Then she asked me, do you have any stairs on the ground floor? I said, it's a lift. And then she asked me a question that I wasn't sure what she was. She asked me, do you have a bath and a shower on top of a bath? And I was like, and I asked, because I never heard about a bath and a shower on top of a bath, something like that. So I said, well, we have that thing with the telephone and running water, and we have a bathtub. Bathtub, I said in a different way. I said, all right. Oh, yeah. And here again, I mentioned things that she's supposed to ask me, like any adjustments in the house, but I mentioned it before she asked me. I don't know if she realized that it was plus, but I could hear typing, by the way. Asked me, are you working at the moment? I said, no. It's because of your health problems. I said, well, kind of, yes. And I elaborate. And then she asked me, have you had any hobbies like singing, music, telly? I said, no, I used to have, but now I have no interest anymore whatsoever, since some of those, they've been with me many years, and now they just and then she asked me, do you drive at all? And I asked, do you mean here or in general? Say, okay. And again, it was a question, and then my question had a question mark at the end. But probably because she realized that I speak a lot, so I don't know. And she was running out of time. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I said, no. So when you go out? Well, if I go out, we have a petrol station just across the corner. Literally, not even a minute, 30 seconds. And I don't know if she got that meaning, or if I go to the grocery store, because I'm trying to avoid a crowd anywhere. So I can see when it was a COVID last year, I could see the queue from my house. And then normally I'm going when there's gonna be less people, and even if I got to go out, if I have to, like before when I used to create the bus, I will sit upstairs and I will hide myself with a hat or something, with a hoodie, and I was just looking forward to get off over my journey to be finished. Although it happens sometimes when I had to get off and I had to wait for another one when it's gonna be less people, because I was overwhelmed. And again, about the store, to the grocery store, I said, oh yeah, I can imagine it. And I'm sure you ask, especially when you don't, oh yeah, and she was talking then, yeah, especially when you have to ask for people to reason. No, I don't ask for nobody. She wants to see if I'm interacting with people or having conversation. This was coming to my head. But again, if I need help, I will not ask anyone. It happens before when I buy stuff that I couldn't use because it was not what I wanted to buy, or maybe I read something else. Then she asked me, "Do you cook?" I said, "No, I don't, because I injured myself before, and every time something's happened, every single time." She asked me about that I'm getting lost here, and when I'm travel, when I travel, when I go out, how I go. So, well, if I have to go somewhere, it needs to be. I'm not sure if I said that with somebody, but I said it needs to be less people. And she asked me quite a few more questions. She went for all the questionnaires in the form. She just, oh, so when you go out, or when you're having bath or in shower, oh, yeah, I think here when I said them the adjustment that we did. And one time, because I hate myself because it was slippery, asked me about washing, and I said some communication again. I said that I don't even speak to the phone. I miss appointment because my GP, when is calling me, I don't even answer the phone to them, even though I know that I have to answer, but I can't. About writing and understanding is because everything was typed, although I've typed everything, but to type those letters, it took me like almost a month just for type. I think each answer, it was 1 page of A4, and but I have Grammarly, which just can correct my spelling mistakes, and I have the dictation, so I can use. She was like, "Oh yeah, but when I see your I thought, oh wow." I said, no. I mean, my friend helped me to do it, so he sat on my computer, and I sat next to him, and I was telling him as I'm talking to a person. He was typing, and then I did the corrections, whatever was not okay. And again, if there's dictation, there is, oh yeah. So again, that was a tricky to see if I typed it. And she asked me if how I did in school when I was a kid, and I said that I failed a lot of classes, mostly the theory classes, because I have A in gym, music, art. So yeah, I asked for a copy, but then she asked me to call. Apparently, when I received my decision, then I called, asked for a copy, and I was suggest to do it as well. Just ask for the copy. What you said. Have a recorder with you. Just something. Like if I didn't have the recorder, I couldn't remember what I was saying because I heard it and I just put it down. Also, big help, big help. And I just, when I was doing last year, I came across, oops, I don't know how, but, www.benefitandwork.co.uk. www.benefitsandwork.co.uk. benefitsandwork.co.uk. Normally, I think you get lots of help, but you can also pay for a year, which I did, and then thank God I did. It was like a £20 or something. It was like nothing, but the sources and the materials you get from there, it's beyond. So strongly I suggest it. And the PIP one form first, then you have the questions, see about the claim process, the how to the disability affect you process, and what words what words needs to be said and what words not to say, what they have to do, what they must not do, how it will go. So for example, say completing the form, what you need to know before the completing the form. And it's so helpful. Oh my god. And then you have for example, let's say question 8, dressing and undressing, activity 6. It says, what is this activity about? It tells you what it is about, and then the descriptors, what the law says you score points for, and it tells you the points and examples, and then legal definition. And remember, always says remember reliably, and then break it down. Question 8a, do you use any appliance or aid to dress or undress? Important, if you use any aid or appliance but still need help with an activity, is the vital that you say so. The kind of things that might be relevant includes button hooks, zip puller, long handle shoehorn, dressing stick, leg lifter, elastic shoelaces, and socks, stocking, tight aid. Cautions, decision maker may argue that you could use blah blah blah. It's everything there. And then extra informations about these questions. You should include details of any problem you have with, and it gives you a bunch of options. And then if you're struggling to how to give detailed evidence for this activity, try writing the answer to these 6 questions. And like describe the problem you have, giving detailed examples you have, making clear. You just give here, for example, you just give some examples how to answer the question, and here says always says to every example that this is just an example. Don't use this one, just use this one as a body. And it's actually, I love it, this one. Thank God I come across with this one, because I couldn't find this anywhere else. And after when it finished, and sometimes to add here, sometimes you might add 2 sample answers. Making the best possible PIP claim on mental health grounds. And yeah, the description in plain English. So normally I think the majority is to don't think about doing an activity, because if you try hard and then it become easy to do it afterward, still you have to think how, when, if you do it, that activity for the first time. So put that in your mind and then answer the questions. On your telephone assessment or in your answers, always answer with yes, but, because. If they ask you, can you do blah blah blah, say yes, I can do, but I can do it in that way because of this and this and this. So that will just it will be your shield, I think. At the end of this one, it says about the phone face-to-face telephone assessment. It gives you it tells you advice and what they should do, what they shouldn't do. It's about all the benefit, the mobility, road tax, and blue badge. Supporting evidence means more chance of success. And always, even when you get the decision, even if you like it or you don't like it, just ask for a copy. Apparently it's evidence that you need to have. Guidance how to collect supporting evidence. ESA medical report being used for PIP decisions. What is non-medical evidence? Gives you the equivalence of ESA, ESA, and PIP here, what they mean. And DLA medical evidence, medical records. Then you have some questions about the GP factors report form, and what kind of assessment you might have, if it's going, and about the one I just had. It gives you a brief about how each assessment you have. So for here you have paper-based assessment, so I give you all the details you need for that. Getting an appointment for telephone assessment is everything's going to be here again. What happened to a telephone assessment during the coronavirus crisis? It's everything here. Having someone with you, things you will need at your assessment, problems to be ready for no caller ID call blocked. If the call come late, if the call come not at all, if there's any technical problems, if it's going to be too long, the assessor may not have read your form. You may not be asked enough relevant questions, like in my case. So preparation may be used against you. I skipped it, to be honest, but thank God I sound like I wasn't prepared. What you will be asked at your telephone assessment, and it says quite a lot of stuff. It's just this. It's like a Bible for PIP assessment. It's just independence payment service versus capita, PIP award form, and how the decision is made and what to do when you get it. And then I think at the end, or maybe it's in passporting. Still, I haven't realized what that means. Winners and losers under PIP, and then where to look for help with claims and appeals. Claims file form, so it's good to have this one to remember when everything is be done, when you send it, who we speak to on the phone. It gives you some website that, like for example, that is the advice of each area, or disability information advice line, and all this kind of stuff. We have a face-to-face assessment record sheet just for you. So this is my handwriting, by the way, so you understand how is my handwriting. Then did you feel relaxed and able to talk freely to health professional? And I think there's more. You can get some sample templates for your JP, any questions. So anything you get, it's always good to keep them. I mentioned though my first assessment, when the health professional, she didn't give me almost any points to the things that they're affecting me more. When I'm getting lost, or confusing left with right all the time, I might read something else. And they gave me more points to things that was the less affected. When I tried to appeal, they didn't accept something like that, so I was kind of disappointed. I mentioned this to this one, and she was like, don't worry, just let's try to get this there's lots and lots of information as we could, and this is gonna be okay. I haven't get my my decision yet. Today is the 25th of February 2021. My assessment was on the 16th, I think. Yeah, on the 16th, and I'm waiting for them to see what's going to be the decisions. So remember, record your conversations. Have everything printed just in case you're gonna be asked something. It's good to have a file, put PIP on it, and just put everything there. If you can have a diary, kind of, there's lots of forms online you can download and just write. For example, in the morning, not feeling well, somebody came to wake me up or whatever, this and that. and I tried to do it. I did only 2 pages. But now when I had my assessment, if I had that done for 1 week at least, then I'll be more happy. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, and click the like button, and I'll see you on my next video. Will be hopefully the decision and what rate I got. Thank you. Bye.